residential.
Yeah, light is only if you want to have like an area that's specifically like low houses. Or
Yeah, until Destin said that, I had no, I didn't, I don't think I ever knew that that's how it worked.
And as long as the best, like the quote optimal block width is like 6 zones wide, because a zone can be up to 3 tiles away from a road or form of transportation.
I know you're saying that, and I thought I understood it when we were playing, but I think after Desta looking at it later, I did not, and still don't understand what you're saying.
So I'll paste a screen. I'll turn off buildings and I'll paste you a screen grab of my zoning.
There's my stuff.
So in the race, I turned off my buildings and I posted a screen grab.
Okay.
So you can see that I've got areas that, like if you look at those industrial zones, for instance, you can see that they're 6 tiles like wide, but they're longer. You can also see like I've got an area that's both commercial zone and residential zone in the lower right-hand corner. So that's what I mean by like up to 3 tiles away.
See, I think I took that to meaning that, like, I think everything was sets of 3 tiles, like 3 road, 3 tile road, 3 tile road.
No, what it means is that you can do up, basically, functionally, as long as you do a block of 6 wide, you should be good.
Okay. So 6, yeah, because everything's in 6.
That's the maximum.
The width, yeah, 6 wide width, and the length, it doesn't matter. So,
right.
Okay.
Obviously, you can't, there are some places where you can't fit 6 wide zones. But,
Right.
That just means that that's like the maximum that you could do.
That's a great thumbnail, girl face.
That was butt faces. I'm using all of his.
Well, you're using it, so it's a great one. You're risking making me compliment butt face, and I think I want to do that.
Sorry, honey.
No worries.
Thought Z was joining us.
He said he had to go to the bathroom.
But that was also like 20 minutes ago, yeah.
Oh,
Hey.
Speak of the devil, I just heard him say I'm here. I just saw him typing.
Apparently it's 78 outside right now. Which is not that's not bad at all for summer.
Yeah,
Let
it
me
says
go
73
switch.
here.
Oh, hold on.
What are you switching?
From Celsius to Fahrenheit.
Oh.
64 here.
Okay. Well, you could have told me in Celsius. I can do the math in my head. It's just double it and add 30.
Yeah, but it's easier I can easily just switch it on my phone.
Oh, yeah, that does help, yeah.
It was kind of nuts.
So I guess that would be... Let's say it's 80.
I was going to say 30 is like in the 80s, I want to say.
Yeah, I think 30's about... I think that's what it... Okay, so... 20 is 70. Double and add 30. So 25 degrees. 50. Yeah, it'd be 25 degrees here right now. 30's like, yeah, closer to 30. 30 is actually 90 exactly. Like, I mean, it's,
okay.
Yeah, 30's 90 exactly. So it'd have been about like 30 degrees earlier today.
I thought it was like mid-80s.
It's probably more accurate, but double it and add 30 is pretty close on. It's within like a few degrees. Like the further you go away from it, the more like the hotter you get, the further it drifts.
Well, you also got to realize that again, we're right down by the ocean because we're on the island.
Mm-hmm.
Humidity here is through the roof.
Oh, I can believe it. It's like Florida or Louisiana level, probably. But you're more temperate, aren't you? Like because of
we're a rainforest technically. I can't remember the exact type.
it's probably
We're
humid,
not tropical.
humid subtropical because that's what we are.
Or something else, and I can't remember. I used to.
I think it's temperate rainforest.
Yeah, I
Temperate.
think so.
That's crazy.
Bob had it right on the
That's not a sentence you. That's not a phrase that you put in Canada. Temperate rainforest.
Well, welcome to the West Coast.
Right.
redwoods are.
Yeah, I've never done West Coast. I've technically seen California, but I can see it from Nevada.
I am.
They have to be in the water. Or by the water, I thought.
I don't know.
And it needs power. You have something generating power?
What's this?
Oh, well, I don't know. I'm dumb. Okay. I'll stop that scene. You do you.
Oh, I guess I can get to messing around with this. Alright, so we're just waiting on Zager. I'll get an RT link up when it's time. Where do I want the power plant? I have to get my SimCity 2000 legs back up under me. Like I said, I never played this straight up as a kid. Like, we had it and I loved it, but I always just did the Priscilla cheat and just built whatever the crap I wanted. Lone click.
I think where I left off last time was I was starting to build a rail network.
Does oil last? Does oil last longer than coal?
No, all power plants have a lifetime of 50 years.
So might as well just go with the cheaper one because it's only a difference of 20 megawatts.
Oil plants do pollute less than coal plants.
Yeah, but I'm not worried. But I'm not worried about that starting out.
Yeah, there's no. I mean, the thing to do is like you put the power plant like on the opposite corner of the map and just string some power lines, and that way you don't have to deal with it.
Right.
By the time power plant pollution actually becomes a factor in your city, you should be rich enough to build like and have enough time passed to build like a microwave power plant or something like that.
Yeah.
Provided I don't screw it up and run out of money again. Always a threat, you know.
Always, always, always.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, or you make a change that make things go sideways like me.
I forget you can't place it on the very edge. It's just kind of strange to me, but alright. There we go.
Z, you're muted.
Good evening.
Hey, there you are, evening.
There he is.
Well, now let's see here.
Yeah, the problem with building subways is that they're just so damn expensive. But to get into like any kind of railway into my downtown core, I'm gonna have to build a subway.
Clicked on the wrong thing. That was a waste. I'm gonna load city. We're gonna go back. We're just gonna reload that. That was a pretty severe waste of money.
It's always a good idea to save before making drastic expenditures.
Yeah, well, I thought I was on power, and somehow or another I clicked on railroad. I actually have no idea how it got on railroad, point of fact, but.
One of these days, I'm going to figure out how to make OBS stop overriding my transform very specific dimensions for recording a particular window.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I mean, you can just tell it to do window capture.
Yeah, but it's... I have to scale the window to fit my layout, and then I have to crop the top and bottom off because the title bar and buttons keep trying to show, and they are not meant to be shown.
At least the Windows 95 version, the title bars and stuff will tell you stuff like, you know, money and things like that.
Oh, well, let's see here now. I can remember what I did.
If I build the power line to the pump, will the houses build over the power line?
No.
So if I
But
build it...
what'll happen is once the houses build, you can start deleting like parts of the power line.
Gotcha.
At least I think that's how it works. Like if the power line touches part of the zone, it will build and the houses they'll build from there.
Right. But I don't know if they'll build without having the water infrastructure first, though, and need the pumps on the
No,
opposite
they
side.
will. They'll build without water infrastructure.
Okay.
And then they'll complain that they don't have a water hookup.
Naturally. There we go. All right. That's a start, anyway. And so that's actually perfect. We'll do it like this.
Let's see, audio okay?
Sounds fine to us.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Starting the stream now. Hmm.
There we go. All right. Be ready to start this as soon as Dan goes live. I'll kind of let it sit here for a little bit longer. I don't think I'm going to build any more on it for the moment. I think I've got a good setup to start out.
It seems I had the wrong profile selected. Let's see if that works. That should work.
All right, now something's coming to life. I see a Windows 9 or 5 or desktop with Mike Aruba in the background. Yeah,
So,
see, even if you have stuff like title bars or whatever in your stream, I still crop crap anyway. So you don't have to worry about stuff like taskbars or whatever, because I deal with it.
Okay. Has the actual stream been going, or?
No, I usually wait for people to come online and get their stuff ready, and I get all my crops
Oh,
ready.
I see.
Yeah, let's get our ducks in a row first.
Yeah. So now that you're streaming, I've got you cropped. Four-player build-a-thon.
Build-tacular.
Oh, yeah, Bob, you would have. I don't know if you watched last night's VOD, but that is a game that would have driven you absolutely bonkers.
I don't think I hadn't watched much of it. I was at work. I put it on at work so it'd be saved in my queue so I could watch it a little bit tonight probably, but I couldn't. I knew I wouldn't be able to pay attention to it well enough there.
I mean, that was a game. I mean, you know that I have a pretty good tolerance for when we play. I mean, Buttface is correct that it's a very Torgo-ass game.
It kind of sounds like it. Like I'm not good at shmups anyway, and bullet hells are just not my thing.
Yeah, it's not just a shmup. It's a it's like if you took a shmup and a Metal Slug.
Okay.
And smushed them together.
Well, I mean, I saw enough of it. There's at least like an upgrade system and everything, and that seems interesting.
Yeah, but you have to be good at beating levels to get upgrades.
Right.
All right, now that everybody's here, I think we can start. I just pushed the button.
He pushed the button.
Push the button, Frank.
Streamlabs. Yeah, whatever you want, Microsoft. I'm not gonna do it.
Oh, last week at the anime store, I ran into a real-life gacha bomb.
Really?
Yep, it was a Bomberman Gachapon. I did not buy anything from the Bomberman Gachapon.
Do you have the link in there yet?
I don't have the link because in order to do that, I have to open up Firefox.
Oh. I'll see if I can find the stream.
What I do is I just go to the LRT YouTube channel and it'll have it like right in the channel page.
Here we go. Let's spare some time.
Like right in the channel page.
All right. Copy.
I suppose I could have hidden my capture, I guess.
I hid mine. All right, there's announcements.
I suppose I could have hidden my capture, I guess.
And I need to mute this.
You can recall that last time there might have been some issues with volume leveling.
It changes every time. I mean, like for the most part, we control kind of our own personal volumes. So, like, if I think you're a little
I
louder,
ended up I tweak
Yeah.
people, so like it's I can see when people talk on my little bouncy level things. So
what's up, Enigma?
I think last time I might have been having trouble with the compressor getting it across Discord. Like if I lean in close to the microphone and then lean back out again, that shouldn't make a difference, and it doesn't make a difference on my stream. But I don't think Discord is running on the same filters.
I have you dial I've dialed you down where I like to keep people in my Streamlabs. I like people in that little yellow band. It's like I don't want people obviously peaking too much, but like, we just deal with it because I can't like compress people because people Discord and like desktop audio come in the same place. So I can't like tweak that too much. But don't worry, I've got you. I deal with this all the time. Anyway.
It's like Dan's a pro or something.
We're what you call experts.
Hardly. Yeah. Hardly. All right. Now everything's
I
good.
reject your reality and substitute my own.
We are experts. Don't do what we do at home. Don't do it.
Said don't do it. Now, I should not have to tweak anything for the rest of this. Why is it? Okay, it just did. I've got 3 different levels of delay because I'm seeing like, so I've got my screen and I see where I made my changes. The laptop's over to the left with my stream up, and I saw the delay on it, and then I see the delay on the Let's Racing Time stream.
Woo! Gotta love that delay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since we've got everybody here and set up, we might as well get rolling. Had to put on the song. Anyway. Hey everybody, welcome to Thursday night Let's Building Time. That's right, we are back in SimCity 2000.
In the year 2000.
Build our cities on LRT. That's right, I'm your host, Kefka Floyd. The stream is brought to you, as always, by the delicious taste of Worcester's Own Polar Seltzer. Tonight we've got a special summer flavor. We got blueberry lavender. I think my favorite of the new ones that have come out this year. Like I said, it still tastes like you're drinking Fruity Pebbles or Blueberry. It has that, I hesitate to call it artificial, but that sugar cereal taste. That's what it is.
Yep.
Joining me in our city council in the Quadriforce, we'll go around the horn. In the upper right-hand corner, she's our absolutely favorite Canadian, clearly. She's not a girl face.
Hi, I'm not a girl face, and I am here to build, even though I'm drastically failing because I have to remember everything how to do this again. And I am drinking Sponsor Me wine tonight.
Ooh,
Oh.
sponsor me wine.
Fancy.
Getting a little, I'm making, you can't see it, I'm making the little drinky motion.
What is what you got? Like you got your red or a white,
Red.
a Pinot.
Red.
A
Very
bottle
nice
of red,
red.
Mm.
bottle of white,
Bottle of red.
whatever's in the mood
I need
tonight.
to buy some wine. I haven't had a good bottle of wine in a long time.
No.
no problem.
I don't know I don't know my wine. I drink.
She drinks and she plays games. That's what she does.
Yep.
Next, in the lower right-hand corner of the screen, I guess he's cosplaying as Mike Aruba tonight. He's Zager.
Mike Aruba.
Mike Aruba.
Are you drinking? Sponsor me, Mike Aruba.
Well, tonight I'm having a tall, cool, refreshing glass of ennui. As you can tell by the nature of my wallpaper, I'm thinking back on some old classics. And I
Like
figure,
SimCity 2000.
oh yes, like SimCity 2000. It was a time on a Windows 95 machine not long ago when I enjoyed SimCity 2000 the most. And tonight, I'm bringing that to you once again.
Excellent. And last but not least, in the lower left corner of the Quadriforce, he's the man that Molly Hatchet says shouldn't take too long to get reelected. I don't know how that works. He's everybody's favorite mayor. He's Bob the Elder.
Thank you, Dan. Indeed, your favorite whiskey drinking southern friend, Bob the Elder, the one with a charming accent. I have my own sweet tea here as always, the palate cleanser. Tonight's digestif is McAfee's Benchmark McAfee's Benchmark single barrel. McAfee's Benchmark is but the cheapest Buffalo Trace product. It's the youngest Buffalo Trace product. This is literally unaged Blanton's. It's the same mash bill as Blanton's. It's just Blanton's without being 6+ years old. The single barrel is 100 proof. They've got four. They've got just the basic one that's number 9, and then there's 4 special ones: full proof, single barrel, top floor, and bonded. Thankfully, I'm finally able to buy these in Alabama now, and they're very cheap and very good for being very cheap because this is only $20. Anyway, launch it in. Back to you.
All right, so we are back on our BS.
Oh, that's good.
We're here to continue building our cities. So let's carry on then. I see. So to give people status of the cities and what we're doing, I am returning to the city I had last time, the city of Danville, which
City of Beverly.
looking over our city, we've got a lot going on in Danville. We've got basically half the map built. I think my project tonight is to try to fix my traffic problems because I think that's one of the issues that my city is having in general. People are having issues commuting to their jobs because my residential areas and my commercial areas tend to be, and industrial areas tend to be a little separated. So we're going to try to see what we can do to solve that problem. Probably do my first attempt at building a subway and rail network. We'll see how well that works out for me. I see that Girlface and Bob are starting new cities.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, Zager, you're probably starting a new city as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm the only person continuing where they left off. So with that said, I guess I'm gonna turn on my. Oh, before I get started, just a couple handy notes so people remember. Quick shortcuts. Zooming in, you can use the home and end keys on your keyboard to change between the zoom levels. You can use the page down key and the delete key on your keyboard to rotate your city map. And so that way, that's kind of like your inverted T for navigation, and you can use your regular cursor keys to scroll around the map, and that way you don't necessarily need to go like switching your tools or whatever. So what I'm doing is I'm actually using my left hand on the cursor keys and those other keys to manipulate those while my other hand is on the mouse.
I mean,
All right.
if it works, it works.
I'm going to turn my speed back on to llama speed. I guess I have to start building train stations if I want people to actually use, because I like there's a rail depot. I don't know if a rail, because a subway station. Actually, you know, I should actually look at a manual. That would make sense to see what the difference is.
I'm just trying a little something different this time around. I figure
Okay, back to this one. I guess we can turn it on now. No, forget about the message. Just exactly what I wanted.
Apparently, building bus terminals is a good idea to reduce traffic.
Alright, well, come on, build some residential. Can't do much until you build me some residential. Oh, for the record, it is actually building buildings over where I had power lines and replacing the power lines. So if that's the case, well, it's got power, so why is it not? Here, let's save city. There it goes. Just need to give it a little bit of time. Give it a little bit, Earl.
A little bit.
Your love to me.
I don't wanna chat with you.
I want to be with you. So why is that not connected? Ah, the intricacies of this game. There we go. Alright, we're moving on a little bit here. Got a little more commercial than residential at the moment, but that was by design. I just wanted a buffer between that and the industry. That's how I like to design stuff. I like to not have industrial next to residential.
Let's build a bus depot.
Bum bum bum.
Where can
Dan, your window is black on stream.
Yeah, that's because I was looking at a manual, so
Gotcha.
I turned it back on. So let's build this bus depot let's build one like downtown. Is there a place I can build it worse? You know, this residential zone, it's kind of like in no man's land. I'm gonna bulldoze. That's actually a commercial zone. I'm gonna bulldoze this office tower, and we're gonna put a bus depot in its place. And then we'll put a bus depot. See a lot of. Where do I see a lot of traffic? A lot of traffic over those bridges.
Of Madison County. Just funny considering I work in Madison County, now that I think about that, but different Madison County.
I'm gonna bulldoze these.
Alright, so I'm not getting any cash flow in yet.
Alright, so we built those bus depots.
Them
Bulldoze
color
this
TVs.
And put a bus depot in place of the church. That's the thing, is that churches, I mean, they don't actually have any use. They're just decorative.
Right.
So,
well, that's a funny way of looking at the public
I was gonna
trust.
say, yeah, but what about in game?
Statler and Waldorfing tonight. Don't mind me in the background.
oh,
Oop. Oop. Okay, clicked on the wrong thing apparently. Demand's still high on retail. So far, so good. Just waiting on it to build a little bit before I add anything else. I've learned from last time, I need to at least get a base where I'm making some money before I really start expanding anything. Or eating too much.
You gotta get, like, citizens to move in.
Popped up with a church right away there.
So finally start getting a little bit of cash flow, but I'm still... Okay, I'm in the positive. You know, just a little bit. Just barely, tiny little bit. Wee little guy, scrunk a little bit, you know.
Okay, maybe they're unhappy because there's no commerce there.
No, you need that commerce.
Got to make that bread.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. They get a little bit more money. Put us a nice little park right there. Just in apropos of nothing, or kind of in the middle of a bunch of residential areas. Wow, the commercial's doing really well. Okay.
I don't suppose noise pollution is really a thing in this game, is it?
Not in this game, no. I mean, I think there is such a thing as noise, but I don't know, like, I don't think it's something that's actually, like, measured.
Because I know there is in city skylines. You'd be a fool to build residential too close to, say, industry.
Yeah, City Skylines is a whole different beast. Alright, now I can expand some residential.
Makes this game look a little bit quaint, but I guess it's easier to understand in the long run.
Gotta figure out how I want a little bit of a downtown to be.
You go downtown.
This is just some reference to the stream.
Everyone loves a good Let's Racing Time sings the hits.
That's what we do. It's 6 wide, right? 6 across, and then it can go any amount deep.
Correct. Any amount long, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, people are moving back into that neighborhood, so that's good. I don't know why I built this here, other than the fact that I'm stupid.
Don't sell yourself short. You've only begun to be stupid.
We've only just begun. I might actually go to Subway and get some of those Happy Gilmore collectible cups.
Okay, this is about... That would be an excuse to go to Subway, for whatever reason. I hadn't thought about that. Okay, well, let's pause for a minute and let's take stock where we're at. Save city, because always be saving, always don't be damning.
Let's see what my city advisors have to say these days. Oh, all my advisors say everything's pretty adequate.
Merely adequate. not sure why there's a couple sections there that aren't building residential, but that's still where my demand lies. So I'm willing to let it go and expand into the areas that I've just built to. I've got a nice little spot around this lake where I can keep putting water pumps and just put all of them that I need. All right, I think we can go. I think we can go cheetah for a little bit.
Moving in. You don't have any money.
Oh, that makes
Are
sense.
you already broke?
I'm bad at this.
There you go.
She's checking in.
Oh no, my symmetry is ruined.
Symmetry.
Miscalculated by 1. Ain't that the rub? And there's no move your buildings in this game either. Just gotta
Nope.
demolish them.
So what do you keep tax at, Dan?
Well,
I've
Xavier,
kept it at the default.
At 7.
Xavier, you know there are 2 types
Yeah.
of fatal errors. There's the off by 1 error.
Yes.
That was the joke.
Anyways.
Anyways,
In other news, a local Canadian was found mysteriously missing today. Eyewitnesses report he had it coming.
I mean that's what we're all going to think if it eventually happens. So he knows it.
Yeah, he do.
We're just going to be like, well, that's a shame, but it was probably justified.
1,800 killed in quake.
Oh.
Make sure disasters are off.
It might be no disasters. It'd be a good idea, yeah.
There we go.
Well, it
Citizens
happens on the edge
demand
of
the
the map.
police. All right.
Way
Pause.
on the other edge of the map, I don't think anything was actually affected.
Where are the Cuppies, man? Where do they go?
Let it not be said that I stand for being even slightly incorrect. Wait, I don't think I want to say that, and that might come back to haunt me later.
What's incorrect?
Well, this off by 1 error I've got going on here.
Oh, gotcha.
It tasks me.
It tasks me, and I shall have it. Fire protection demanded. Okay, we can handle that as well.
Hospitals demanded.
Yeah, people tend to want health care.
Who knew? Can we tell them what kind they're entitled to?
I mean, there's only one kind of hospital in the game. It's not like SimCity 4 where they got clinics and...
All right, pause.
I'm not putting this right next to the road. You suckers can walk.
sucking up my money. My money's...
My money.
My money!
My theme park. Wait.
So you've seen that there's going to be Spaceballs 2, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Making a search for more money?
If they don't call it that, then nobody should ever watch it. That's all I'm going to say. If that's not the title of it, then this is a terrible world that we live in.
Well, I'm afraid I may have some bad news for you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's bad. Don't get me wrong. Here we go. Industry. Interesting. Okay. I wouldn't have thought there'd be industry demand, but we can deal with that. Two, three, four.
Damn it.
Okay, guys, zoom in.
Today was a good day because today was New Couch Day.
New couch day.
So, how is it?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sitting on it right now?
No.
I tell you what, a couch, a wireless keyboard, and a big TV. That's some relaxation right there.
Okay, you want industry, I'll give you industry. Well, my monitor is my monitor I use is a 50-inch 4K TV. So.
I have not disabled disasters.
Wait, what?
Destruction in one of Mother Nature's nastiest forms checked into my Saruba at 472 o'clock and 33:17 a.m. yesterday. At least 310 residents died, even though we just saw that it went over nothing. For 440 minutes, I'm beginning to think that the newspapers in this game are kind of silly. Well, you know, I was just thinking about local city management these past couple days, and what I think I've come up with is the following. I would like to move.
I've got to figure out how to generate some income. Because all that stuff I added a whole bunch of costs. So maybe just time to get some people to move in, yeah. Oh, that's a little bit better. Estimated cash flow is 200.
Oh,
Yeah, but I've got water flowing and
again,
everything.
right when I was clicking, too.
I've got water flowing and everything, so that shouldn't be a problem. I will say this, like at least from the so all these new remakes, as trepidatious as I am, at least from the trailer, the Lethal Weapon one might actually be really good. Like
Naked Gun.
Naked Gun might actually be really good. Like Liam Neeson, if anybody can pull it off, I could believe Liam Neeson could pull off could pull that off. I firmly believe that.
The reason why Liam Neeson can pull it off is because he was bad cop in the Lego movie.
Mm.
And that's basically, I mean, you can draw a line from bad cop to Frank Drebin.
It's actually an interesting point that the original movie was pretty much compiled from the TV show.
Yeah, it's Police Squad.
Police Squad. Yeah, and one of the reasons the TV show failed was that you had to keep your eyes on it at all times in order to get the joke.
Right.
Because Leslie Nielsen was just out there.
From Arrested Development syndrome?
Yeah, I mean, consider the era that it was released in, and you have Leslie Nielsen out there playing it perfectly straight with just a perfect deadpan.
Well, that's the genius of it. Is he played it like because he was originally a dramatic actor, so he plays it just straight up like it's like it's a dramatic acting. Like he plays it like he's being dead serious the whole time. He's doing the most. That's why Airplane works. He's being a serious actor in a completely absurdist comedy.
Mm-hmm. And the problem with doing that on TV is that in the era, you're looking at maybe most people would have, say, well, it was rare to have a screen that was even as big as 25 inches. And most of the time you're looking at 15 and 17 inches, like so put that together with all the sight gags they were doing, and I think the time slot, and I forget where it has been said, but someone has gone into some very interesting detail in order to lay out the case for why it failed as a TV show and why it worked as a movie, and that's pretty much what it amounts to. Just all those factors combined. TV was just not the format, not back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
No, sir. No, sir, or ma'am. Or no, sir, or ma'am, or I forget the rest. No, sir, no, ma'am, no friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Am I forgetting anybody?
No, I think you have it all covered.
I just built a fancy new microwave power plant.
Woo!
That took up a lot of my city's money, but I was having power problems.
See, I keep starting at 1900, so like I'm only in 1909. I should put it on there. I should save it and put it on African Swallow. What is the speed of the unladen African swallow?
I don't know.
If she weighs more than a duck, she's a witch.
If the men know we can shape shift, they are going to call the churches. That is like my favorite TikTok when TikTok first started.
The proto days of TikTok.
Does anyone remember when you said TikTok, you were referring to a Wizard of Oz character?
Yeah, that's what Return from Oz, right?
No one has ever referred to a Return from Oz character in their life.
Return from Oz is a fucked up movie. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Some of us have class, you know.
Well, you're talking to Bud. No, you're talking to Budface. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, check class at the door, pal. I'm over here stinking up the joint.
Oh, that's what you're doing. I'm like, what the
If I remember correctly, and
That's great. Oh, that's what you're doing.
if I remember correctly, and I'm not sure that I do, I think that in the original Oz novels by Frank Baum, TikTok was a character who actually did talk like a stereotypical robot, and that was either ahead of his time or just something that only happened like on stage and no one remembers that it did, and so now it looks ahead of its time because for a while that is just how robots talked.
Yeah.
Robots.
There should be no way with the amount of pumps I have that water's not getting to these little edge places right here. Like, I know part of this is just like water pump the game, but
Even without promotion, orbital power is likely to become a part of standard living within the next 182 years. When you think about it, fluffed one expert,
Okay.
orbital power is really long overdue.
all right. So what's in demand? All right, so we can build some stuff. I guess commercials just never in demand.
It really depends. Like in the very early part of the game, it's always like the fight between residential and industry,
Mm-hmm.
and then commerce starts picking up. Oh, I've got some real demand bars for residential here, and I've got some zones that are.
Residents demand zoo. I can put a zoo in. Demand park. That's costing me a lot of money, but if that's what they're demanding.
I don't know
Ooh,
why that
thunder.
power connection didn't work.
Alright, save city again. Because as we've established, we don't want to be Dan.
That's right. I haven't saved in a while. I should do that.
I'm making a decent amount of money, though.
We don't have a police station in this part of town. That might be why some people are grumpy.
Alright, I don't. It said water shortage reported, but there's no water shortage. Weird.
Spend a little money
Okay.
to make a
You
little
can
money.
end up with, depending on how dry it is, you could end up in a drought. Like, what's your,
Well, I was on African Swallow. It said it for just a second, went away, and there is no water shortage.
like, what's your water line on your graph look like?
What do you mean?
If you look on your graph, you can see what percentage availability you have for like power and water and stuff.
I don't know what graph that would be.
If you look in, in your tool palette. It's actually right below the zoom in tool. It looks like a thing with lines, and you can turn on different line graphs. So you can turn on like the power percent and water percent, and you can see like what your actual, like what the availability of your system is.
I don't know how to read this. I'm in August. It says it's at 1640.
So turn off some of the other lines, like turn off your city size line, your residence, commerce, and so on, and that way you can check the lines for power percent and water percent.
I don't know what they mean though. What I'm looking at. I mean, they're W15.
So they'll say like W15.
It says P13 for power, P13 for power, and then it says W15 for water.
Okay, that means you have like 13% of available power capacity and 15% available water capacity. So one thing that can affect water versus power is that depending on condition, like you can actually have a drought. So like you can have a perfectly, like in terms of pumping capacity, you can have enough, but depending on like if it's really dry, that's why water towers are in the game to like to especially if you're trying to pull up like groundwater or whatever. Like when you build your pumps, like obviously I know you built them near water.
I've got way too many pumps. I've got like 4,000. I've got 400 pumps.
But also, like, if you have just like one zone, I've seen they have where if one zone isn't hooked up to power, it can complain about like, oh, there's water shortage.
Yeah. So would putting a water tower be a thing to do?
Water
then?
tower helps. Like, it's a good idea to have at least one water tower to help smooth through like the droughts.
Why don't you put this on the edge of the map? That's so annoying.
I've got some industrial demand now. I think I'm gonna build an industrial
There's a water
zone
tower.
on this other side of the map here.
Yeah, I'm gonna demand this. Oh, it is running at 92% capacity. Shit, I need another power plant then, don't I? But I can't afford another power plant. I don't have any place to put hydroelectric dams, so that wouldn't do me any good.
Yeah, you can only put hydros on waterfalls, which is annoying.
I guess we build the secondary plant and then just let it go in African swallow for a while and like make some money back.
And meanwhile, I've just had to replace my coal power plant with another coal power plant.
Yeah, because there's all my money. All my money is gone.
I just realized those zones aren't doing anything because they don't have electricity. You dumbass.
Jackass. Oh, well, that generated a lot more money. Okay. Alright, now we're making some money. Just let this build up for a little bit. I know I need to expand some industry, but I need some cash flow first. One more year. Now we're getting into like civilization territory here. Like one more year, just one more year, then I'll start doing stuff.
It's always one more year.
Mm-hmm.
You never quite appreciate how long it's going to take when you're always just going one more year. 1 year at a time.
So water is at 0%. So how am I going to increase water?
Build more pumps.
Do you have any idea how many pumps I've already got?
I understand. You need to build more of them.
Construct more pylons.
They're all touching each other, and they're all around the body of water.
I also had an issue once where I built some pumps, but I didn't quite connect them right to the network, so they weren't producing enough water. Actually, I should build like a water treatment plant.
Must say, my efforts to chew through this mountain.
Which, to be fair, I have no idea what strategy for building pipes is. I just can do enough to connect everything.
Right, you only need enough pipes to connect up your neighborhood. I've got an area over here that has like pipes and stuff connected, but it's clearly I must have a water shortage or something because they're not coming up lit. But my water percentage looks pretty good.
It's all right. Well, let's.
Maybe this water treatment plant will help.
Now it's at 49.
Swarms of settlers, including lawyers, to which the mayor has shown particular sensitivity, have flocked to the metropolis that promises nice jobs, nice neighborhoods, and safe roads. Oh, it looks like the military base might come. Your nation's military is interested in building a base on your city's soil. This could mean extra revenue. It could also raise new problems. You want to grant land to the military. Damn it, I wish I had saved before that, because I don't want them to put in missile silos, but I'd take an Air Force base.
Right.
Is there any actual consequence to this happening, or is it just...
I think
something...
crime can take place near them. I don't remember. I mean, that basically just means wherever they build it, you can't build something. It belongs to the federal government. Maybe they'll come knocking around later, but let me save for now. Ba-dee-da-dee-dee-dee-dee.
Okay, so that's at 24 years. 54% capacity. 54%, so pretty good going there.
No, I just cracked 10,000.
Alright, let's check everything.
Did something happen to my water?
47, 44, so we're pretty good on that. What is my population?
My water's at 18%. So why is this part of town all of a sudden?
Cool. 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Should build some water capacity. Yep, that just doubled my water capacity, so that's good.
Oh, power shortage. Need an extra power plant. What to do? What to do?
What to do? What to do?
Maybe I'll just go over to this very suspiciously shaped mountain of waterfalls that comes from nowhere and goes to nowhere.
Not a big demand for residential, but some. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
That should take care of it. Commerce demands airport. Oh, great.
Yeah, y'all are further along than I am. There we
So
go.
an airport, you need to build at least a 5-tile wide area to have a runway.
I might be able to pull that off. Let's see here. $250 per tile. That's going to take a while to save up for.
Yep, tain't cheap.
Alright. Save city.
Water shortage reported. I'm not made of money over here.
Oh, water treatment plants now.
What were the dimensions for an airport?
You need a. Oh, Bob has a network error. I'll fix that. An airport, you need at least a 5-tile uninterrupted strip for a runway. So I usually, like a first airport, would recommend like a 2 by 5, tiled zone as a tour.
That's weird. I'm not dropping any frames. I wonder why I did that. Because they did it on I had to refresh mine too. Huh.
And he's back.
Yeah, I haven't had any problems since I switched to fiber. I kind of finally just said fuck it, charter.
People are demanding fire stations.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, a helicopter.
Maybe I'll put a fire station over on this side. So.
Back here. Come back here, helicopter. Barbecue.
Yeah, I'm finally starting to get some commercial demand.
Mysterious circumstances and gapers surrounded a helicopter crash in Mysuruba late yesterday afternoon.
Oh, shouldn't be a problem. Maybe it's just being a pain.
Fell out of the sky for no apparent reason. Oh.
Why is it not producing?
A survey taken among schools indicated that children enjoyed watching the proceedings.
So what does the treatment plant actually do?
I believe it increases water capacity without the need to build more pumps because it treats the wastewater.
That wasn't too expensive. All right, so okay, maybe that fixed the issue. Because it's showing the water availability is good, so that shouldn't be it. That shouldn't be an issue. Yeah, tax rate is really good. I'm making some money here. I'm all the way up to 1930. Woo!
Yay!
Mm-hmm. All right. Pause. So why are you? It's saying I've got the highest demand for. I've got the highest demand for residential, but I've got a whole big area and a whole host of just abandoned houses.
It might be that they don't have good access to jobs.
How the hell would that work?
Like, are they close to?
I mean, well, look at the city. Nobody's far. Look, you can see it. Yeah, nobody's far.
Hmm. Well, I seem to have caused a slight wildfire.
Oh no.
Oh.
Yeah, Actually, those look like abandoned industrial buildings.
No, those are houses. Abandoned building, residential, high density.
Right, but I'm looking at your industrial zone on the other side of the map.
I don't have anything abandoned in the industrial zone. Don't think I have abandoned is right there where the houses are a lot residential. I mean, yeah, there's a couple, but I mean, they demolish themselves. This isn't the other game.
How's my education looking?
Hmm.
Maybe we'll put up parks there. Maybe that'll do something.
Yeah, I probably need to start building a couple more schools.
Yeah, speaking of that, let's. While we got pause, let's check our. Officers 160, arrest for 2310. So if a high crimes reported versus arrests means you probably need another police station.
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Population is 18,410.
Not bad.
Water's showing 0 again, which doesn't make any sense.
Let's see here. I keep getting sidetracked. I think what I was trying to do was build a police station.
I'm 75%. Oh! That was an accident. Load City. That's why I keep saving.
Speaking of saving, good thing. Good thing we remembered to do that.
God dang it. Alright, well that was a stupid mistake. It was getting close to the end of life anyway. That hurt. That cost me some money.
People are asking for a pollution ordinance. Well, they're not getting one.
Mm.
Oof.
Fire looks good. Response time is 3 minutes. Hospital, 1,000 beds, 635 patients. Grade's F though. Like, how would you improve your hospital?
You generally, it's usually if it's overcrowded.
But it's not overcrowded. It's 1,000 beds and 600 people in it.
You have more than one hospital?
Mm-hmm. I don't think the population
For
qualifies.
18,000 people, you probably do need a second hospital.
School's an A.
Well, that's what you want a school to get. You want
Right.
you want them to have an A. A.
Hey,
That was close. Seemed to have demolished a number of water pumps trying to remove this small ledge.
yeah.
Water should not be an issue. This is says 41 powers to 28. 70%. I'm going to regret this, but I'll need to build another power plant. But I need to put it at the edge of the map.
Ah, my perfect grid city is running out of space for my perfect grid. Whatever shall I do? Shall I perhaps build residential right next to an airport? That sounds like a lovely idea.
Sounds like a Los Angeles idea. Okay, build that hospital is an A. And now other hospitals will be plus. Okay, so maybe I guess that could make sense. Oh, now I got more land. $8:37. What you want to say? Go to 9 o'clock, man?
I'm fine with that.
That probably work for me.
Oh boy. This is not good.
No.
My fun chill time has turned into a terrible disaster.
Oh no!
No.
Apparently, there was a large building in the way of the runway.
Oh.
Oh.
And funny thing about what happens when planes come into contact with large buildings, as I'm sure we're all aware.
Yep, I was definitely underschooled, I think.
The problem is not so much the contact, it's the fact that there is a momentum differential, we'll put it.
Yeah, I need another school. That's definitely a thing that needs to be added.
You need so much more res. It's oh look out that green though.
I know, I see it.
Your town is thirsty. It needs more green.
I'm trying.
This is rapidly escalating.
Oh no!
Yeah, now that I've built some more schools and cleared my overcrowding problems, we're back up to A+ school ratings.
So,
My college is about 50% utilized, so that's...
where do you think we sit on the whole load from a previous save standpoint?
We all do that.
I'm afraid I've got a bit of a snafu over here.
A kerfuffle.
a minor oversight in that I only have 2 fire departments for the whole city, which is currently burning down at a rapidly expanding rate.
That's a good idea.
Yeah,
Let's put another fire station while we're thinking about it. That's not a bad idea.
I forget. Is there a any way around this? This is boy. Who knew that one plane crash could change the course of everything?
Who knew indeed?
Oh, the aquarium.
Boop, boop.
All right, let's save, and then let's go back into swallow mode. It's got some room to expand. I need to be making some money.
Up to 68,000 Sims.
President turns 309. Naysayers say nay.
Well, I had a city.
Yeah, I see it on the screen now. Yeah, that's not fun. Just pause for a minute. All right, let's see where we're at. See, I've still got these. The thing is, it's housing demand is really high, but I still have these areas where there's just abandoned buildings, and I don't get it.
It's got to be a traffic or like there's something about that area that is undesirable to the Sims.
It would seem that there's something about this area that's somewhat undesirable to my Sims,
it's on fire.
Gee, I can't quite put my
Can't
finger
imagine
on it. What
why.
could it possibly be? I'm just wondering how much longer it can go on like this.
Now you just watch your Nero watching your city burn.
Playing the world's smallest violin.
Mm-hmm.
Capacity 5,000 cubic feet per minute. Untreated filth 35,000 cubic feet. Treated filth.
Well, my treated field was like 128,000. Untreated was like 90,000, so I just built a whole bunch more planets.
Well, in lighter news, the industrial district appears to have survived mostly intact.
That's good. I think.
as compared to literally everywhere else.
Exactly.
Damn. We're still
Oh, look at this. Look at this. How does a water pump start to burn down?
You would be surprised.
Yeah, I
Oh.
think at this point, the only way to put this out would be to summon a hurricane.
Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
You know what? Why not? Why not? Where's that Elmo gif when I need it?
What's
The one with him
population's
standing
24,640.
Boy, that is some really piffling flooding going on there. You can do better than that.
Mm.
Meanwhile, a helicopter is just stranded in the middle of nowhere. Well, guess my work here is done.
But you didn't do anything.
Did I?
I understood that reference.
I wonder what these people are thinking right now. Well, on the bright side, the price of real estate has gone way down.
67% capacity. So I'm doing around that one. Water, 34%. So we're good on that one. Demand should not be high for residential because there's plenty of fucking residential for them to build at. They're just not doing it.
I keep waiting for this to stop, but it's just not happening. It just keeps going.
And going and going.
Remember those early versions of Minecraft where if you use a flint and steel on a tree, you'd be looking at the elimination of an entire forest?
Yeah.
It's kind of where I'm feeling right now.
I'm doing a little bit of terrain leveling.
All right, I think I've seen enough. Time to find out where it all went wrong.
Well, it went wrong when you built a airport in a bad location.
Okay, let's see now. Well, let's see. What should I do? Move the airport or... That should fix it.
Built the City Hall. All the freaking water pumps. File, save city. Let's go back to Swallow for a little bit.
fix some terrain, so now I've got better spots to build.
Oh, here, do this.
Grocery story. Somehow I get the impression that spell check was not involved in this game. Maybe I'm looking at this the wrong way. Maybe it's more like, join us and tell your grocery story at Grocery Story, the local grocery story. Located right next to Meisteruba International Airport. What could possibly go wrong?
A lot of things, you'd be surprised.
Ba 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 ba.
Okay, I just spent like $10,000 fixing a bunch of terrain.
And speaking of large amounts of money, I'm going to need some if I'm going to expand where I'm thinking.
Oh.
Oh, not again. I didn't even see it happen that time. Got it under control that time. Crash Thrashes 4400. A commercial jet carrying more and more inhabitants was forced to make a crash landing in a miniature field near the Nigel Cow Ranch. Approximately 4,400 were killed in the emergency landing. Well, that's just fantastic.
Finally starting to get some like real like skyscrapers. See, high density commercial tower.
I'm definitely going to have to do something about this airport.
Try building a college. Maybe that'll promote something. Alright, don't have any demand for anything but residential.
My demand for everything is through the roof.
Here, that should solve the problem.
Save city. Okay. Let's let it go swallow for a little bit, see what happens. Gas power perfected at Paris University. So I guess that's a natural gas plant, right?
Yeah.
I'll probably build one of them when one of my actually, let's check that. Hold on, stop. Pause.
There's no amount of space wasted.
Let's check capacity. That one's almost gone. They're running pretty good capacity.
I'm at a like a $5,000 a year surplus. That's
Dum dee ding 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 dum dum.
I'm a few thousand or a couple thousand. I got about $43,000.
Oh, now what? Oh, where were you last time, Flood? I could have used you a couple save games ago.
Gas is only 50.
Hanging out on
It's
the
a lot
edge
cheaper
over here.
I guess one way to improve health is to use the free clinics ordinance.
Yeah, that's the thing we could do. I haven't been looking at the ordinances.
If you thought go-kart filled dumpsters wouldn't float, think again. Oh, looks like Mario Kart World isn't panning out so well.
Oh no.
How am I doing on health? How's my hospitals? Oh, this hospital's grade F.
Oh no.
That hospital's also. I guess I need to build some more hospitals. Well, this side of town doesn't have a hospital.
1,753 is surplus at the moment.
I guess I should build a hospital for this part of town.
My old shul.
Maybe this part of town too.
Perry, a smoothly unheard of killer who would have liked to stay that way, was an integral part of the group that constructed the most ingenious innovation to date, Darko. When asked how he could place such an amazing concept, especially given his lack of experience, he muttered, "It was the dinosaur repellent that inspired me. Once I noticed that, the Darko just came to me." Having served Gregarious hard time for the other things that just came to him 2 years ago during a defenestration, the inventor feels nothing but desire about cleaning up his livelihood. Manchester is proud to be the pioneer of Darko and encourages other cities to pursue installing Darko. Darko!
Checking. Those are both good. One of those power
Hang
plants.
on a second, I'm making negative money.
Right in life. Okay, it's. I don't get it. It's they're showing me like big demand for residential. I got big open residential zones nobody's moving into.
How far away are those residential zones from industrial zones?
Again, Dan, you look at the city. Nobody's far from anything.
I don't know. That's like halfway across where I think your industrial zone is. That's like halfway across the map from those houses on the far left side you got there.
You don't want industry near residential, though.
Right, but you need to start thinking about like building a buffer or something and putting some industry on that part of town. I have a feeling that the issue for them is that there aren't jobs for people that are moving in that area.
Surely this will cause no issues. Much better. I suppose my plan to load up on fire stations may have... I say that, and it happened again. What is wrong with this city?
What is wrong with this city? All these churches, that's what's wrong with this city.
This was supposed to be the summer of George.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not watching this happen again. Note to self, even a municipal park is no match for a low-flying plane.
Must have automatically built
No.
another one.
Sounds about right.
Alright, my hospitals are in much better shape now.
If that doesn't solve the problem, I don't know what will.
Thus solving the problem once and for all.
Alright, well, it's about 9 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I think we've had a pretty good session tonight, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
agree.
we've also learned a lot about the proper placement of certain things.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially Zager, one would say, yes.
Take
I'm a
look at my
smart mayor.
graph here. Over the past 100 years, wow, I can see in the year whatever that is, I had a significant explosion in the population, like doubling. I wonder when that. I mean, that must have been when I started tonight, I think. And I'm trying to, because I remember when I started tonight. What was my population when I started tonight? That's a good question. I don't remember.
Mine's currently at 29,150.
I must have started at like 40,000 something. Now I'm at like 72K. My unemployment has dropped considerably. That's good. My education is okay. My health is so-so. Water power is okay. My crime is going up. I'm gonna have to deal with crime, I think, in the next I'll have to build some more police stations on my next go around. Let's go around let's go around the court here. We've got not a girl face. Currently I'm looking at her underground view.
Yeah, sorry.
So that's okay. Tell us about how you built and improved your city on LRT.
Well, I just started it. Ultimately, it's going slow, but I will like to admit that it's not bad.
What's your population looking like?
Let me see. Now let's see if I can find that. That
You
is
can
a
use your
good
graph.
Graph. Where is my graph? There's my graph. Let's see. Only got almost 2,000, but it's not bad. It's only
Nope.
been like 40, not 50 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta build more residences.
Yeah, I'm slowly building up.
Z, now that you've gone back to a point where your city is not on fire,
Insert strong bad joke here.
looks like you have strong demand for residents.
Hey, but at least we're 11,000 population strong as compared to our neighbor city of Sinistral, which I think we're going
Luvia
to
live there.
I think we're going to have to do a run just to get that straightened out. But
Bob, how'd you? Oh, sorry.
well, as I was just reporting to the graph, for what it's worth, you know, not a bad city when it's not on fire. I'm quite pleased with myself. I do say so myself.
Hmm. How about Bob?
Alright, let's pause it. Alright, so we're sitting at... Arlen has a total of 32,930. Started doing what Dan said, moved some industry a little bit further south, and that seems to have kicked off the population surge. We're going to be moving into this riverfront area here eventually. So, population centers are largely centered around that lake, and to the side, a surplus of about $68,000, so sitting pretty good. 62% of capacity on my power plants. We're currently in year 1970, the year of our Lord 1975. Looks like house crimes doing pretty good. I think I got enough police stations. That's doing all right. Let me do that one. Hospitals are an A, so we're adequate with that one. Fire response is 2 minutes, so we're doing good with it. University has 5,000 A plus, and then let's find us a school. C plus. So we're about overcrowded. We need a couple more schools. All right, that we can handle that. I'll do that next time we play. But I'd say it's looking pretty good. We're slowly expanding the industry kind of a little bit out in the south, and then kind of doing it around, coating around the edge of the population centers. Not a bad little city.
I think my next goal is I'm going to have to build that. Now that I've got enough money, I think I can probably safely start building the subway. Because boy, are subway tiles expensive. Subways are $100 a tile. And subway stations are $250 a station. Whereas a road is $10 and an above ground rail is $25. So subway, very expensive.
Very expensive.
But I have a feeling it's the only way I'm going to be able to get any kind of mass transit into part of my downtown core. So we'll have to see how that works.
Mm-hmm.
But that's for next time. So until then, hope everybody's re-election campaigns go well, and we'll all be back next time for another round of SimCity.
And remember, everybody, Mike Tsuruba.
Like Saruba.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
I've clicked the button.
Woo.
All right, let me save.
Yay.
Danville is saved.